really left, moved to another place far from your parents, and became a hermit.
Well, it's true.
You've been out since 8th grade?
Long division is the hardest part.
Let's go. 6 by 6.
8,000. 9, probably even. 9.
So according to this, you're like a talent?
I just updated the computer and that's all.
Kyousuke Semyon Bakin, or rather Maxim Lukin. Who is this? He is a young talent, only 16 years old, but he has 100 firepower at HLTV and a 1.30 rating. They say he is the second donk and he plays just for a second in Spirit Academy. Let's get to know him better in the Young Talent series, where before reaching their prime, players like Monesi, Donk, Woro 2K, Demon, Noteneki, and Wonderful participated. This is a sacred video series where everyone achieves something and we take their first interview in their life.
Hi, Max.
Hi, Erik.
We are recording this video in October, although I asked you to record in March, and you agreed. Why did we delay the video by 6 months? Explain to all the viewers, because they keep bugging me in the comments. When is the interview? When is the video with Maxim? When is the video with
Well, I had
Bakin?
to finish the tasks, and as I see it, I needed to improve my game so people wouldn't think I'm overhyped.
So you just wanted to improve yourself?
Yes. I stopped streaming. I just started to fully focus on my game.
Is there a difference?
Yes.
What do you think will change after this video?
More people will learn about me.
Have you already had a moment when you saw this difference in hype? So right now, you're actually on the hype. That is if you take March, when this idea for the video was just beginning, nobody knew you. Now, essentially everyone who even slightly follows Tier 2, Tier 3, has noticed you. You are currently setting records on HLTV. You have a shooting score of 100. Only you and who else have that? And Michael Jackson? Who else?
I don't know. Seems like at Donk.
Donk doesn't even have 100, it seems.
No, he seems to have 100.
Let me check. Yes, 100. So Donk also has 100. All right. How can you even get 100 points on HLTV firepower? Explain what you do for that. Maybe you are selling players.
I just go out first and it works.
You're probably hitting enemies, not just walking out.
Well, I deal 27 damage in one hit, and that's it.
In the legs?
Of course.
What is your shooting phenomenon? Why are you so good at it? Are you being compared to Donk?
I don't know. I'm just playing.
Do you even think about how you walk?
Nope.
Well, Donk has his own style when he starts shooting and then...
And then squat, and to the other side.
Yes, yes. Don't you do that as well?
No, I'm just trying to move better and that's it.
Maybe you're also doing something but you just don't notice it?
No, I'm just trying to press the buttons properly. A, D, and that's it. I hit the strafes.
Do you play any surf or B-hop for this?
No, I don't play. I only get about 200 kills in deathmatch once every 3 days, and that's it.
What nonsense. According to your description, you are some kind of talent. Do you think it all comes from you?
Well, I've been practicing hard before. I was hitting 1,000 on DM.
You just joined the server, played a couple of times on HLTV, you have 100, and you...
Well, I didn't have 100 on the start. I started to make progress.
How did things change when your numbers started growing to 100?
Started thinking about how to play correctly. You can't just rely on shooting to get 100 points. When you step out, they'll just kill you with a grenade. You need to learn macro play.
How long have you been in CS?
In CS since 2019.
So you're a new player? You're just 5 years in CS?
No, 2018, when Purple Operation came out. I started playing.
Purple Operation, that's the...
The Shattered Web.
Yes, little spider. How did you get involved with this game? Who encouraged you to play it?
Well, it was my brother. He played jail there.
JL?
Jail.
How is JL related to you?
I don't know. I just started playing jail, then I liked it, and that's it. Then I started playing matchmaking, then FACEIT.
Oh, jail. Oh my god, I thought I heard JL from Navy.
No.
You played jail, meaning you joined as just a casual drinker in CS?
Well, yeah. I couldn't become Simon there until I was 14. And then, I quit jail because I couldn't become Simon. I stopped playing jail, and started playing matchmaking, reached Big Star, and went on to play FACEIT.
Listen, you're ambitious. Usually people leave Global Elite on FACEIT, but you're already doing it from Big Star.
Well, I've more realized that I'm not going up more than Big Star.
Seriously?
Yes. It was too difficult to play there.
Due to cheaters or just...
I don't know, it was just hard to play. FACEIT was much easier to play.
Listen, I asked many people. They say that at some point things were really bad for you, and then suddenly here you are.
Yes.
Maybe you found some key and started f***ing everyone. How did that happen?
I just updated the computer, that's all.
Yes?
I had 60 frames per second, in 100 frames per second. Oh, 60 hertz and 100 frames per second. I switched to 240 hertz immediately and 500 frames per second. That was back when it was still in CSGO. And within 3 months, I probably reached 2,500 ELO.
This is so cool.
I had 5,700 ELO the last time in CSGO.
What happened next? Who found you?
Well, I ranked up to 4,700 ELO with 100 FPS and 60 hertz. Then I was invited for a test, not at Spirit Academy, but at Spirit under contract. just like sit a bit there, then they notice you. I performed the tests well. Then the computer got upgraded. I upped to 5,700 elo, and people started talking about me among good teams. Like, there wasn't as much hype as now. They just started talking. Then the roster of Spirit Academy disbanded, and they invited me to play in the test again.
Before that, you were under contract with Spirit.
Yeah, right.
So how did it happen?
I just played with Overdrive.
Does it mean that playing with Overdrive means ending up with a contract with Spirit?
No, I played 5 qualifiers. And I played these 5 qualifiers so well.
So you played a couple of games with Overdrive, a few qualifiers, and he brought you to Spirit Academy. How long were you under contract?
I don't know, maybe 5 months.
And then when the Academy were going to be disbanded, and you got to be promoted up to main team?
Yes, they were building team around Alpha. I went for a retest and played well.
That's great, that's great. You have such a rapid career progression. How old are you now?
16.
During this time, who invited you besides Team Spirit?
All the academics.
Big teams weren't yet interested in you back then?
Yeah. The first invites on contract I received by Virtus Pro and Forts.
You talking about academies?
Yes, about the academies. And I don't remember which other academies. Yeah, CYBERSHOKE Academy offered.
We don't have an academy.
Yeah, well, Sunlight wrote to me. When only the first roster of CYBERSHOKE appeared, Sunlight wrote to me.
Oh, maybe. Yes, maybe. By the way, we wanted to sign you a year and a half ago when we were forming our very first roster. But you were only 15 years old and was under contract with Spirit. And we were told there was an incredible buyout. And we, of course, reconsidered doing it. But yes, our operations guy, Sergey, for some reason, always supported you. And he wasn't wrong. He really wasn't wrong. And now what has changed after what you're showing, how you're playing? Have they already invited you to Tier 2?
Yes, I've already received a couple of invites.
Oh, so it wasn't just only one team that invited you?
Yeah, not just one.
Dima, you've reviewed many players. You've found and scouted a huge number of players like Donk, or the same kyousuke. Can you tell us what is special about Max?
Max, he's just an annihilator,
Okay. Just an annihilator?
just like that.
What allows him to do this? Why can't someone like Overdrive do the same? What makes him so exceptional? Why is he so good?
He moves mouse very well. I don't know, he's just shooting very good. Maybe it's just a talent, I don't know. I've seen many people like that, more or less, who can shoot very good, but you know what the problem is here? It's that they do it inconsistently, but Max just does it consistently, like Donk. Danya, well, I'm sure that a lot of people can kill too, like Donk, you know, come out and kill with the first bullet, but Danya just does it consistently, and Max also does it consistently.
Do you think it's a talent?
Yes.
Is there some kind of trigger when you realize that a person cannot do what you want from them and you don't take them into academy? I mean, how does it work? At what point do you understand that this person is the one you need, that he have a talent? What do you look at? Are there any triggers?
Well, generally, it's all by eye, so it is enough for me sometimes to determine, well, let's say about 3 to 4 rounds, and I can realize that the person is strong. But sometimes you watch one demo and you can see that this person is definitely not playing well. It's, you know, just visually. You can sometimes determine this visually. There are, of course, guys who visually aren't noticeable, like they don't play too well in micro, like pressing buttons poorly, but they understand well what to do in the game. But I focus more on upside, like at what, how much higher the opportunities are for people who are playing micro better. Probably, how is it better to say? Yeah, it's probably better to say that they just have a higher potential ceiling, that's all.
You're talking about Max and Danya?
Yes.
Listen, let's now move on to how you joined Spirit. What were your circumstances? I was told a very awful thing here. You left the 8th grade, dropped out of school, moved away from your parents at 15 years old, lived alone, and just started playing CS constantly, without stopping. How true is that?
Well, that's true.
You left after 8th grade.
I left in the 8th grade and live alone.
How did your parents react?
They're good. They're even watching me.
What?
They keep watching me. Mom watches my games. And like, she sends me news when I get hyped, like from public pages. She sends it saying it's like cool. Like she lives like about 5 minutes away from me. Like she brings me food all the time and so on.
Oh, well, okay. I thought you were like a hermit.
Nope.
Okay then.
Since 8th grade I left,
I was just tired of studying and that's it.
Are you the only one in the family?
Two. Well, I have a brother.
He is older?
Yes.
And what does he do?
He is working in Moscow now.
Not connected with esports?
No, not connected.
Listen, the fact that your parents reacted so well to such a controversial decision to leave 8th grade is really...
Well, I had good grades in school.
Yeah?
I wasn't a D student, I was a C student. I got a B on my final exams. Like in 9th grade, I didn't quit 8th grade, I switched to online learning. I was online in 8th and 9th, and then I took my final exams, and I just got Bs.
So like an external student?
Yes. I didn't leave completely, I just switched to online.
So like you gone academic. Listen, well, you have a teammate, Alcaran. He's still studying. He's in the 11th grade in Kazakhstan. He combines studying and working. Why couldn't you do it?
I just like playing CS more. Each time, start the game and just don't get distracted.
Do you feel your gap in studies? Maybe there are issues with grammar. Maybe you don't fully understand some basic things because you missed those school years.
Nope.
So you don't feel those gaps yet?
No, not at all. And they teach and explain you everything in the first 7 grades. And in 8th grade, you learn long division. The most difficult thing...
Well, let's go. 6 by 6.
The 36.
Listen, okay, I was just told that you really left, moved to a different apartment, far from your parents, and became a hermit.
Nope. I live in another apartment, in like 5 minutes away from parents.
How much does the apartment rent cost?
I don't know. It's my mom's apartment, not a rental.
Whoa, okay. It's got better. Everything is a lot simpler than I expected. From the stories I've heard, I thought I was about to interview some kind of freak. No, everything is much better. As I understand, you don't have qualification for college?
Well, it's not true. I'm going to apply to college. I'll probably just do it online.
Why?
Well, just to make my mom happy.
Guys, look, this is Team Spirit Academy. Dima, they are young, about 16 to 17 years old. Do they smoke?
Some do, some don't.
Do you do any sports? Do you have sports in your schedule?
No, there's no sports on the schedule. We can just go on our own. But now it was raining, we couldn't do it, right? So, well, I'm a sporty. I like to play soccer, basketball. I invite guys all the time. Some of them go, some of them don't. There are a couple guys who don't like sports.
Who is that?
Well, if they want, they'll say themselves. Let's not point fingers at anyone.
How important is sports?
It's like not quite. I think that, for example, Cold Zero, do you remember how he was?
Yeah.
Such a big guy.
He lost weight and started playing worse.
He always played very good. And then he started doing sports, and that's it, he was gone.
Yes, that's true.
Well, it's like, I think there's nothing studied about Counter-Strike, about what you should eat, how you should even, what schedule you should have. Should you sleep normally or not? It all seems kind of random. I, of course, try to tell the guys that they need to have a normal routine, exercise, and not eat junk. And they all don't care. But they're like, yeah, Dima, we should, and continue doing their own thing.
What about fast food?
They eat. Well, yeah, they're young. Only 16 years old. Haven't you eaten fast food yourself?
Please tell us about your teammate. How much do you like him, or are there any nuances?
Well, he's the only one I can fist bump here. Someone I can have fun with. And those guys don't make a fist at all. Well, it's cool to have a person who can go out and give 3 headshots. Cool. Well, I think Counter-Strike is a team game, and you need to develop in these aspects too. He's doing pretty well.
Max is fucking incredible. He's very good, that's all. He's just very good.
Well, he's a fucking awesome teammate. Or is it not okay to say that?
No, it's okay, it's okay.
A cool teammate, we are playing together great. In the evenings, we often watch TikToks together. Really, I like him.
Have you already watched the Molodyoshka together?
No, we didn't. We're only watching TikTok.
What can I say? Max is awesome. Sometimes he trolls in premium, but it's no big deal. It happens. The main thing is he's upping my ELO with his kills. That's all.
I didn't drop him farmers in premium, and then he left the TeamSpeak.
Well, listen, guys, you are all positive. That's great.
There's always a lot of hype around you. You're trending right now. Does that affect you in any way?
Nope, but it's cool. It's fun to see threads about me when I open HLTV. Really cool. I read them.
Oh, what do they usually write? Like, he has 100 firepower, he has so many frags. What do they even write?
Well, they're just writing about firepower or hateful messages. I got a lot of hate when I played poorly against Vision. And after that hateful post, people started write like, why kyousuke gets so much hate?
What do people hate you for? What do they attribute? Why are they nitpicking?
Like I'm overhyped.
Do you have some kind of instability?
Yeah, it happens.
Do you think you're overhyped?
Well, there's something like that. Like at the 10% or even 20, people write too much that I am strong and that it's time for me to level up to tier 1 already.
How soon would you like to move to tier 1? How prepared are you?
I don't know, but I think in a year it will be fine.
In a year? That's a good bet. Well, in a year you'll be all set, and frankly I think you'll be ready in 6 months. Team Spirit Academy is famous for training players. Dima Sotfik is a very serious man.
Well, we need to make it to the top 30 with Dima. Why quit?
In the top 30 of HLTV? With this team?
Yes, Academy.
And how do you get there? Win the CCTs 2 or 3 times in a row?
Well, yeah, just win the qualifiers. Our organization Team Spirit is tier 1, and some tier 2 tournaments they don't play, like ESL Challengers. We can get into those and win these points.
You were invited to many academies. Why did you choose Spirit?
Coach, this is the best coach.
Just of all academies or of coaches?
Yes, of academies. And as a coach, he is also the best.
Do you have experience with others?
No, well, I was just told about others.
And what they told?
I was told, like, which ones are good, which are bad. I never heard anything bad about Sotfik. I think everyone I asked about working with Sotfik, everyone said that, like, this guy is very good in CS.
How do organizations work on your development?
Individually?
Yes. So you are in academy now. Does the organization help you become better, aside from the gaming aspect?
Yes.
Maybe psychologists, or perhaps some other external factors are developing within you?
Dema manager and Dema coach helps me in everyday life. They help me how to get over like everything.
Have there been any situations when you realized that one advice from Dima Sotfik greatly influenced your further game? I mean, some advice that really solved things, became a game changer in your mind?
Well, it's just that you can't play good in every single match. Like you can't...
You're not donk, yeah?
No, like you can't win every game. It's like each player has their own 20% they contribute to team. And if your game isn't going well, you can help another player do more percentage. Like if you're not managing to play good, so just help your teammate.
And with all the hype around you and so on, have you ever felt the star syndrome on you?
I don't know. You should ask teammates about it. I don't think so.
What do the guys have in common, maybe in character or mindset?
Well, I don't know. They're just easier. You know, they're kind of a bit carefree during the game. They don't stress too much. They understand that they just need to only shoot good, and because of that, they are more confident, I guess. Yes, they just show who's in charge on the server. Yeah, and well, of course, no, there are games when they might stress about having to perform, and if like they don't play good, then it's game over. But our team is strong now, and that's why I think Maxim worries less about it. And he's played several finals now, and he has already made conclusions for himself that you shouldn't just get hung up on something unnecessary, just play, and that's it. And a small disclaimer, it was Overdrive who scouted Danya and Max, not me. I just trained them, essentially.
Who else did Overdrive scout?
Zontex, Magix, well, Boris Magix. Then Robo and Art Frost was rather scouted by me. And from this roster, essentially Daniel Sifu, well, all these guys, they just messaged Overdrive, right? And through him, they got to me.
Tell us how scouting happens on your side. I just heard that you join our retakes and sometimes observe how people play.
Well, yes, I play there just like everywhere, like on FACEIT or on CYBERSHOKE. There can also be guys who are young. I was just playing with some guy, no, he's from Belarus. I think he's around 14 or maybe 15, I don't remember exactly. I saw it on his profile, I saw that he plays well, so I checked out his profile to see who he is. There I saw it says 14-year-old or 15-year-old in description. I thought like, oh cool, I need to talk to him. But he said that he's already in Nemiga, so we split our paths.
Yeah, I know it. Nemiga Prospects.
Yes, they have their own academy. I don't know if he joined them or not, but it was a long time ago. Generally, most people come to me from Overdrive, yes. Either Lyosha takes them to the qualifiers, or there's an open recruitment, like, you know, send an application and then we see who is more interesting.
Let's try to make a public prediction. When will you be in the HLTV top 30 team? And when will you win your first big tournament?
When I'll be in top 30 of HLTV?
Yeah.
I think in 5 months or 6 months. And when win the first championship, it should be a LAN or not?
Yes, offline tournament.
In about a year and 2 months, like that.
In a year and 2 months? Okay, noted. But you mean about the academy, right?
About the academy?
I mean overall, your participation so that you would be in the top 30 team and when you would win.
I'm talking about the overall, that when we get into the top 30, I think. And when I win the first championship.
I'm talking all about you, not about your team.
Okay, I understand. The same thing.
The same thing?
Yes, the same thing.
6 months and 1.2 years? All right. Let's imagine there's some beginner player. There are a lot of them right now. What advice would you give them to improve, to get better, based on your example?
Play a lot.
What into?
FACEIT very much. You can be noticed on FACEIT. Our Dima just always monitors FACEIT. You'll just get noticed. You just need to have basic skills. Shooting, movement, a bit of understanding of the game, and then the coach will give you the rest. That's it.
What does a coach provide? For example, a person has played 5,000 games on FACEIT, knows how to throw grenades, understands movement, and has game sense. What will a coach come and say? What will he add to his discipline?
He will tell you how you should have played in different situations, how you could have played differently, how you could have played better, how to handle a clutch situation. He will bring more moves to your personal game, the fact that he watches more demos.
Are there players from whom you learn yourself? Will you review highlights, watch demos, want to take something? Who is it usually?
Usually, donk, he is good.
Do you play the same roles?
Well, a little bit, yes. But on Mirage, a bit different.
Apart from donk. Do you watch anyone else's demos?
Yes, I do, it's okay, but donk and I just have a similar play style and structure. So that's why I watch his more.
Do you communicate with anyone on the Spirit's main roster?
Magic's donk.
You always playing with them?
Yes, I think I played like 1,000 matches with donk.
How often is he above you in the scoreboard?
Like always.
Why does he play so great? What's with him?
He's overconfident. There's so much confidence.
You don't have enough of that?
Well, no. No. But he has more confidence than me. Because he has won multiple LANs and doesn't treat FACEIT that seriously.
Damn, that's cool. But wasn't he the same even before all his LAN victories?
Well, yeah. Yeah. So he told me he's always had confidence.
What are you missing in your individual game right now?
Everything. I'm not a proper player yet.
Do you have any sort of competition or race with donk? For example, he won his first LAN at 16, and you want to beat his record?
No.
No?
No, no.
How do you spend your free time?
I watch series and play CS, but I usually watch series or TikTok.
By series, do you mean anime?
No, I don't watch anime. I only watch series.
Don't you have an anime profile picture?
No.
No?
No, I have donk as my profile picture, and he has my picture.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, where did you get the inspiration for your nickname Semen Bacon? Perhaps it came from the Molodeshka series?
Yes. It's a local joke between me and your ex.
My ex?
With your former player, Shine. He changed his name to Alexander Kostrov, and I changed mine to Semen Bakken. And that's how the community remembered me. And now they always call me Semen.
That's a cool story. You're heavily supported by the FACEIT community. I don't know how it happened, and it's amazing. Let's hear the top 3 series.
Oh, well, recently I watched Forever. Then The Boys, it's really good, and Silo. Silo is top 1 of the latest is what I watched.
Haven't heard of it.
And almost all of us watched it. 2 of us watched it.
Never heard except for The Boys. Cool, cool. So, a 16-year-old player in Counter-Strike plays very well and doesn't watch anime. That's phenomenal.
Yes, I've never watched anime.
And about donk, he rewatches all of this? He watches anime?
He used to. I don't know if he does now.
Do you realize that you'll watch this video in a year?
And you?
Me? I won't watch this video. Let's make a... Guys, let's make a prediction for March next year. Where will you be on HLTV ranking?
In top 20.
Well, what the f? So top 20?
Yes, top 20.
Okay.
I think top 40, top 35 is quite achievable.
I quite agree with Nikita.
Top 33.
Now that's precision.
Until March,
Until March of 2025.
I think someone will leave in some other esports team. And about HLTV, I think just like Nikita, maybe top 35.
So now let's have the most objective one.
Most objective one. Between 21 and 52 in top.
Wait, you... Oh, well, okay.
Something like that.
What's the chance that the current roster will stay until March 2025?
Well, it depends on the results of other teams, to be honest. Because they will likely take our guys like hotcakes, yes? If we'll keep playing like we are now. So it will be difficult to keep such a roster. It all depends on the guys, whether they want to stay or not. And again, what offers will be made.
And do you think this roster is stronger now than that Prime Spirit Academy with donk?
Time will tell. Right now, definitely not. But later, maybe yes.
What's missing to be the best?
Well, we just need to reach the CCT final and win it. That's what's missing.
Or to win NAVI Junior?
Huh? I think that's also yes. NAVI Junior is like a kryptonite for us.
If the Spirit didn't exist, what team would you go to?
I don't even know.
All right, what's the second best academy team which you would join?
Moose. It's the second best academy team. Aurora Youngblood. They has good teams too. They have a good boot camp and coach.
You always have really tough games against NAVI Junior. You've just recently lost to them in a SE Advanced final.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened to NAVI Junior. They only recently could hardly win a game, which can't be said about their last 3 months.
I have no idea. They play the most default CS. They just shoot really well. And we simply overdid ourselves.
But you got really far this season of ECA Advanced.
Yes.
Did you expect such a result from yourself?
We thought we would win.
You lost 3-2, right?
Yeah, but we started with 1-0.
How did they beat you? Just with good shooting?
Yes, just shooting.
How much do you prepare for such teams and players?
In matches against those who shoot good, we're just told to throw more nades because they try to initiate early duels.
Is there a team that you just enjoy watching? A team that you're interested in?
NAVI.
Any other?
Well, for interesting ones to watch, it's Liquid.
But why?
Because they play in a fun way. Ultimate plays well there. He plays really well. Like, he just plays with courage. That's all. With the AWP. It's just funny to watch. That's it.
And what are NAVI good for?
With their structure.
Can you generally explain and describe your playing style? How would you describe it?
Aggressive.
Do you consider yourself a smart player?
Yes.
And what sets you apart from a dumb player?
Decision making in stressful moments.
Do you consider yourself a talented player?
Yeah.
Can you give an example of why you think so?
Well, I think it's easier for me than for others to play CS.
How many hours do you have?
8,000. 9 probably even. 9.
And how many games on FACEIT do you have? 7,000?
5 to 6,000.
Listen. Well, if you consider Overdrive, then you're talented.
Of course.
What's wrong with Overdrive? How is that possible? 12,000 games and only 7th level.
He's not playing there. He's just watching other players. It's a default excuse. Why should I try hard? My teammates will try hard and I'll just highlight them.
Who is your idol?
Well, I don't have an idol like that.
What about Simple?
No.
Did you even catch Simple's time?
Well, yes.
Definitely caught.
Yes, of course, of course.
Would you like to play against him?
Against? Yes. I've never played Prax against him.
And against whom would you really like to play?
I don't know. I've already played Prax against almost everyone.
Did you play... No, well, I mean official matches. Speaking of official matches, who would you like to defeat on HLTV?
NAVI. It's the team with the best structure.
What's the most useful thing you were taught at Team Spirit Academy?
Understanding of the game. Like the team-based Counter-Strike.
How different is it from FACEIT?
100%. Even a million.
Can you give an example, please? Explain why Team CS is 100% different from a FACEIT. What's different? Well, okay, let's see. Roles, you have specific spots, all right? You have constant communication with the team. There are flashes and so on and so on and so on. What else?
Every player turns on their microphone 1,000 times more frequently. And they give strategies, where we can go, where we need to throw a flash. Where's the gap? And just in general, I don't know how to explain it. It is completely different, 100%.
Which kind of CS do you prefer?
Team CS.
And where do you have better stats? In casual on FACEIT or in Team CS?
I don't know. Currently in Team CS, things aren't going well for me on FACEIT.
How realistic do you see a Spirit roster with Donk and Kyousuke on the same team?
Yes, it's quite possible.
Instead of whom?
It depends on how they decide.
Well, which role does Kyousuke fit better? To replace Magix or Zontex?
I think they'll be rearranging there, like switching roles. Because you can easily find like 2 roles in the game where you need to go and kill. It's easy. Yes, just one can take a little less space in one round, and someone else can take more space in one round. Again, it's up to them to decide. Yes, it's not for us to decide. That is, if they decide they need a replacement, I just see that it's possible. I understand in my mind how it can be done, but whether they need it, time will tell.
How ready is he?
It's a tough question. Yes, you could say that he can easily play at Tier 1 right away, but that wouldn't be entirely true. Because he currently lacks experience against somewhat serious teams. Even though he performs well there, he still needs to gain experience. I think he should play in the academy for about a year and then move to a higher level.
So, 1 more year?
Well, he's been playing for about 6 months, so another 6 months, I think. Of course, he can immediately take a step forward and see there. And in theory, he might succeed. I do not rule out that if he gets into Tier 1 right away, he will just destroy everyone there easily. But there will be ups and downs. There won't be immediate stability. Stability might come in a year. If he plays, he will be more stable, I think.
What is Maxim's best character traits?
Friendly and believes in the team. That, I think, is the most important. I don't see him as having some kind of ego. Now, this is good, because, you know, there are guys who play very well and can get a bit cocky. Maxim doesn't have that. He's a very simple guy, like someone from the countryside. In the sense, he's just being so simple.
A very important point is your English. How good is it?
It's okay. Well, I think I can understand at B1 level.
But is it good enough for interviews? Right now you're playing Yala. You're playing Yala Compass and they have English interviews. Is that okay with you?
Depends on the accent of the interviewer. Yeah. If it's American, then most likely not.
Do your friends and classmates understand what you're doing?
Well, I saw in the comments, someone wrote to me like, I'm your classmate. He's like, I'm a former. How to say that? So that I'm his former classmate. He wrote to me like that in the comments. It's such a cringe.
Did you recognize him?
Yeah. It was such a cringe. And at school, I was very introverted. I was always on my phone.
On TikTok, watched Molodioshka.
Something like that.
During your studies, when you were still in the 8th grade, did you already have any results in the CS? At what point did you leave school? What happened in your career that you thought like, I'm really playing good, let's get out of here?
It was definitely when I reached 4,500 elo. It was a good result.
And were you already under the Spirit Academy?
No, it seems not.
Under contract?
No.
No?
I don't think so. But back then, 4,500 elo was an impressive achievement.
You go to your parents and say,
I showed my mom that I could switch to online education. And she said, well, if it helps you, it's okay.
What is Kyousuke?
It's just an anime character.
Man, you see, there's so much contradictions.
I don't watch anime. I was just told that it's a good username.
You were told that Semen Bakken is a good name?
Yeah, of course.
Kyousuke, are you going to change it?
Nope.
What are some of the funniest pronunciation mistakes?
I don't know. Lots. Kyousuke, Kyosaka, Kyo. Overdrive called me differently too.
How happy are you with what you have right now?
I'm happy, I think, 9 out of 10.
Well, I think you have the best situation right now. Best academy. You have great results. You're beating 100 firepower on HLTV. Everyone is interested in you. Your task is just to keep going. And the main thing is not get Stasik. And continue your development. In 6 months, of course, you'll get into Tier 1. I asked the NAVI Junior players, back when Monesi was still there, how they would spend the prize money. What are your plans?
I don't know. I don't want to buy myself anything.
Are you going to give everything to your parents?
I have everything.
Wait, tell me about your family.
I only have a mother, no father.
But after winning the prize money, what will you do with it? Will you save it for living or will...
I'll give it to my mom.
All of it?
I need to help my mom. She's alone.
If well, it will eventually happen. Qualify for your first LAN and win it.
Tell about CYBERSHOKE.
Yes.
Well, I'll say that I trained on CYBERSHOKE with Sotvik.
With Sotvik? What?
Of course. We often play retakes together.
All right, super. So you'll say it?
Yes.
Okay, so the first LAN you win. Well, if the prize pool is more than $50,000.
All right.
Great. Agreed. I wish you luck. You should succeed. Well, no, not a single stopper. Not one.
Uh-huh.
Do you think there's even one?
No.